I'm Dr. Benjamin Hartwell, professor of urology and men's health specialist. For 30 years, I've been helping men over 60 reclaim their strength, vitality, and confidence in the bedroom, things they thought were gone forever. And I'm here to tell you what most doctors won't. You're not lacking desire. You're lacking healthy blood flow, stamina, and hormone support. Picture this. More than 40% of older men in the U.S. are missing at least one of these three vital nutrients, according to the National Institutes of Health. That's like trying to drive a car with an empty gas tank, worn-out spark plugs, and a flat tire. You can't expect it to run smoothly. And in most cases, the solution doesn't start at the pharmacy. It starts right in your kitchen. Today, I'll show you exactly which three vitamins every man over 60 should be getting and how they can restore natural erections, boost testosterone, and give you back the energy you thought was gone for good. I'll walk you through the real science behind each one so you'll understand why they work and share practical ways to work them into your meals and daily habits. Stick with me, because in just a moment, I'll also reveal the single most dangerous mistake many men make when taking these vitamins, one that can waste all your efforts, and how to avoid it, starting tonight. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more essential health tips made just for men over 60. And if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me how I can make this content more valuable for you. All right, let's get straight to it, starting with the very first key and the most overlooked factor when it comes to restoring blood flow and masculine vitality after 60. This first nutrient is the foundation for healthy circulation, natural erectile function, and physical endurance in men. The interesting thing is, your body used to make it easily. Just a few minutes in the sun was enough. But once you hit 60, your levels drop sharply, along with your blood flow, energy, and hormones. I'm talking about vitamin D3, also known as the sunshine vitamin. But for you, it might just be the switch that turns your strength and confidence back on. I remember meeting Paul, 67, a retired banker. He sat across from me, hands clenched, eyes downcast, and said, "Doctor, I still love my wife like the first day, but my body just won't cooperate." That's a story I've heard from hundreds of men, and many of them had one thing in common: a vitamin D3 deficiency. A lot of people think vitamin D is just for strong bones, but in reality, it plays a direct role in widening your blood vessels, allowing oxygen-rich blood to flow powerfully through your body, including to the areas that define a man's performance. When vitamin D3 is low, your body produces less nitric oxide, a key molecule that relaxes blood vessels and supports erections. This doesn't just affect your sex life. It can make you tire out faster, lose focus, and struggle with stamina. According to NIH data, more than 40% of adults over 60 in the U.S. are vitamin D deficient, even those who eat well and spend time outdoors. Why? As you age, your skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and your kidneys are less able to convert it into its active form. The good news is, improving this condition is actually quite simple. Just 15 to 20 minutes of morning walking in gentle sunlight, eating fatty fish like salmon or mackerel, or drinking milk fortified with D3 can make a noticeable difference. If you live in a place with limited sunlight, a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement in the form of cholecalciferol is your best bet, especially when paired with vitamin K2, which ensures calcium is delivered to your bones instead of sticking to your artery walls. I've seen men who used to be winded after climbing a single flight of stairs, and within 6 to 8 weeks of taking D3 the right way, they could walk longer distances, sleep more deeply, and, most importantly, feel their confidence return. But good blood circulation is only part of the story. If your blood vessels are still at risk of becoming clogged from the inside, that vital flow of life will still be held back. The second nutrient is the silent protector of your vascular system, yet most men over 60 have never even heard their doctor mention it. If vitamin D3 opens the vessels and gets the flow going, vitamin K2 is the guardian that keeps those pipes clean, flexible, and free of buildup from something you might think is always good: calcium. I remember George, 70, a former Navy man, still solid in build, but with a weary look on his face. He told me, "I work out, I eat healthy, I even take calcium to strengthen my bones. Yet my cardiologist says my arteries are hardening. This is something I see often in older men. Calcium, if it's not guided properly, can settle in your artery walls instead of your bones, creating calcified plaques that reduce elasticity and raise the risk of blockages. That's where vitamin K2 comes in. Unlike vitamin K1, which mainly supports blood clotting, K2, especially in the MK7 form, activates proteins that move calcium into your bones and teeth while sweeping it out of your arteries. Paired with D3, they form a perfect open and clean duo. D3 gets calcium into your blood, and K2 makes sure it gets to the right place. European studies show that diets rich in K2 are linked to a 50% lower risk of heart disease death in older adults. For men over 60, this not only protects the heart and arteries, but can also indirectly improve erectile function and stamina, because a healthy circulatory system is the foundation of all physical performance. You can get K2 from foods like natto, fermented soybeans rich in MK7, hard cheeses, egg yolks, and poultry. If you opt for a supplement, look for a high-quality K2MK7 product, and ideally take it alongside vitamin D3 for maximum benefit. I've seen George come back after 4 months with improved vascular ultrasound results, stable blood pressure, and a big grin as he said, "Doc, I feel like I just cleared a road that's been blocked for years." But even if your arteries are wide open, if their walls are quietly inflamed, that flow will eventually slow down again, and that's when the third nutrient becomes the lubricant for your entire system. The third nutrient is often called the body's lubricant. Omega-3 fatty acids, essential fats your body can't make on its own, but needs for nearly every vital system. If D3 opens the road and K2 keeps it clean, omega-3 is the smooth coating that keeps the inside of your vessel slick, reduces friction, and prevents potholes from hidden inflammation. I remember Henry, 71, a retired teacher who came to me concerned not only about his physical stamina, but also his memory. He said, "I've started forgetting important things, even our wedding anniversary. My wife is hurt, and I feel terrible." Testing revealed his omega-3 index was dangerously low. Research from the American Heart Association and the Journal of the American College of Cardiology shows that omega-3s, EPA, and DHA not only reduce systemic inflammation, but also improve arterial elasticity, lower triglycerides, and support brain function. This means not only a healthier heart, but also sharper memory, a more stable mood, and better focus. Factors men over 60 often don't notice until they start slipping away. Foods rich in omega-3 include salmon, sardines, mackerel, flax seeds, and chia seeds. But to reach a clinically effective level, especially for improving circulation and cognition, many people need to add a purified fish oil supplement with high EPA and DHA content that's been filtered to remove heavy metals. One tip I often give my patients is to take omega-3 with a meal that contains healthy fats, which boosts absorption and reduces the chance of fishy burps. After 3 months of consistent supplementation, Henry came back with brighter eyes, a noticeably sharper memory, and a grin as he said, "Not only do I remember our anniversary, I've got the energy to take my wife dancing again." When D3, K2, and omega-3 work together, they don't just add up, they amplify each other, creating what I call the vitality triangle. And this is where everything changes for your life after 60. When vitamin D3, K2, and omega-3 are all present in your body, their effects aren't just additive. They reinforce and magnify one another, creating a smooth running system like a perfectly tuned engine. I call it the vitality triangle, a model I've used with hundreds of patients and seen remarkable transformations. Picture this. D3 opens the highway inside your blood vessels by increasing nitric oxide production. K2 keeps that highway from getting clogged with misplaced calcium, ensuring the vessel walls stay clean and flexible. Omega-3 is like the motor oil, reducing inflammation and keeping blood flowing smoothly, carrying oxygen, hormones, and energy to every cell. The result? Better circulation, steadier testosterone, higher energy, and a sharper mind. I think of Walter, 68, a former athletic coach. At first, he only took D3 thinking, that's enough. Later, still feeling fatigued, he added K2. But the real change happened when he started taking omega-3 alongside them. At his next checkup, he smiled wide and said, "Doc, It's like I just dropped in a new engine. Now, every morning, I wake up ready for the day. The benefits of the vitality triangle don't come from luck. They come from understanding your body's mechanics and feeding it what it needs every day. But here's my warning. Many men try to follow this plan and see no results, simply because they make small mistakes that completely sabotage the effect. One of the most frustrating things for me is seeing men genuinely trying to improve their health, but getting no results, just because they unknowingly make basic mistakes when supplementing. I've seen it far too often. Take Gerald, 74, who walked into my office with a bag full of discount store vitamins. He laid them out on my desk and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I'm still tired, foggy-headed, and..." Nothing's improved down there. I could see the disappointment in his eyes. The problem is, not all vitamins are created equal. Quality, active form, and dosage are what determine whether your body can truly absorb and use them. For example, vitamin D. Cheap D2 is far less effective than D3 in the cholecalciferol form. Vitamin K2, MK7 lasts longer and works better in the bloodstream than MK4. Omega-3. Unrefined fish oil may contain impurities or heavy metals and often has EPA/DHA levels too low for any real impact. Another mistake is inconsistency, taking them some days, forgetting on others. Your body can't build the vitality triangle if it only gets nutrients sporadically. Health isn't built with a single miracle dose. It's built through steady daily intake. When Gerald switched to high-quality vitamins in the right forms, at the right doses, and took them consistently, he came back just 1 month later looking like a different man, sleeping better, waking up more alert, and quietly telling me, "Doc, I feel like a real man again." The best part is you don't have to turn your life into a complicated supplement schedule. A simple, consistent morning routine is all it takes to keep the vitality triangle running strong. Working with men in their 60s and beyond, I've learned one thing. Most don't want complicated plans. They don't need long supplement charts or athlete-level diets. They just want something simple, easy to remember, and truly effective. I remember Frank, 66, a retired carpenter, telling me, "Doc, I don't want my mornings to feel like a meeting with 10 different bottles of pills. Just give me something straightforward that works." So we built him a 3-step, 3-minute routine. Right after waking up, drink a full glass of water, then take high-quality omega-3 and vitamin D3 with a protein-rich breakfast, eggs, milk, or oatmeal. Taking them with healthy fats maximizes absorption. Get outside. Walk for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning sunlight to trigger natural vitamin D production, great for circulation, and a mental boost. Add K2 from food. Have a slice of hard cheese, an egg yolk, or if you prefer convenience, take a K2-MK7 capsule right after breakfast. Frank followed it every morning. After 6 weeks, he came back with a big smile. "I'm sleeping better, waking up ready for anything, and my wife says I'm like I was 15 years ago." What I want you to remember is this. Real health doesn't come from sudden, extreme changes. It comes from small, consistent steps taken every single day. And sometimes the biggest change isn't just in your body. It's in how you show up in every moment of your life. And that's what I want to share with you next. The story of a patient whose transformation wasn't just in his lab results, but in the look in his eyes and the smile on his face. There are changes you can measure in numbers: lower blood pressure, improved blood markers, deeper sleep. But there are also changes no machine can measure, the kind you can only feel when you see the difference in the way someone lives and loves. I'll never forget the story of Leonard, 69, a retired businessman. He came to see me not only because he was tired and his health was slipping, but because he felt a growing distance from his wife. "We're still together," he said, "but I'm not really present anymore. My mind wanders and my energy's just gone." We started with the exact vitality triangle routine I just shared. 3 months later, when he walked into my office, I could see the change before he said a word. He stood taller, walked faster, and in his eyes was something I hadn't seen before, a spark. He smiled and told me that he and his wife had started dancing together again every Saturday night, just like when they were first married. A healthy body can help you climb the stairs without getting winded, but a clear mind and a heart full of energy are what make you want to go down those stairs and dance with the person you love. And if you're wondering whether it's too late to regain your strength, closeness, and joy, this final part is my message directly to you. If you've watched this far, I want to speak to you not just as a doctor, but as a man who spent over 30 years sitting across from men just like you. Men who've worked hard, loved their families, and contributed to their communities. But then one day, they look in the mirror and ask themselves, what happened to the man I used to be? That question is not a sign of weakness. It's proof that you still care, that you still want to live fully, and that you still believe you can be better. We've talked about vitamin D3, the switch that turns on your circulation, vitamin K2, the protector of your blood vessels, and omega-3, the lubricant and best friend of your brain. But the real power isn't in knowing their names. It's in deciding to make them part of your life every day. I've seen men who thought their golden years were behind them, but once they began nourishing their bodies and minds the right way, they didn't just reclaim their health. They rediscovered their identity, their confidence, and their presence in every moment. And I want you to know, it's never too late. You can let what you've just heard pass by and keep going as before, or you can take action tomorrow morning. Step outside to catch the early sunlight, take high-quality D3, K2, and omega-3, and give your body the chance to become yourself again, or even a better version of you. If this video resonated with you, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss more health guidance and stories made especially for men over 60. Comment 1 if you're ready to start this journey, or 0 if you'd like me to make a Q&A video before you take action. And if you think a friend, brother, or loved one needs to hear this, share this video with them today. Because your health is not just your story. It's the story of your family, of the people you love, and of all the meaningful moments you still have ahead. I'm Dr. Benjamin Hartwell, and I'll see you in the next episode of Doctor's Note.